Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around as a VTuber. No, I'm not this VTuber, I just thought it was funny that I put in my picture right here. It is a special event we got going on right now. It is Trove's birthday, so happy birthday Trove. I think we're on the 9th birthday. I'm pretty sure that's it because if I go in here and I go to my gameplay badges and I go into my consecutive days or days in a row, whatever you're gonna call it, I am on 3,200, sorry, not 200, 3,022 days, and that's at least over 8 years. And you know, I took a break between actually playing the game for the first time. My friend introduced me to the game and I was like, oh, that's a cool game. And then he stopped playing and then I also stopped playing. It was also back when like 1,600 was like power rank, we're talking, was kind of good. But yeah, of course, you can see that's not what the case is now. And then I took a break, and then when I came back, you know, then you could get some more. I think that was when 26,000 was the highest. Like that was like maximum back there. I'm pretty sure. Can't really remember when I came back, but 1,600. Yeah, that was when Uber 6 or Tier 6 worlds now. I think that's what they're called. What is it? Uber. I think this is 3. I think it was around here, or Forbidden Spires. Of course, Forbidden Spires wasn't a thing back then, but I think this was the highest you could get. Of course, all these elemental worlds wasn't really there, as far as I remember. But yeah, it's far back. It's a long time ago. But now we're here 9 years later, and Trove is still going. You know, everything has its issues, and thus every game has, but that's not what we're going to focus on this event guide here. We are going to talk about the 10 steps we got on this one, and I haven't done anything. I have looked, of course, into here. Okay, we got Sunfest, we got some cakes going on. Of course, we also got, of course, the gathering of ores and, you know, that XP potion on Saturdays and all that stuff. But what intrigues me is that we get 50 Sunfest adversary coins, like 50. I'm not saying that's because it's a lot or whatever. It's just because it seems like there might be some stuff going on that could be making this event a little bit bigger. I really hope so. Maybe we'll end up being, you know, kind of disappointed in how it's gonna be, but at least I hope it's gonna be amazing. Of course, we do have to have all the, you know, all this old stuff as well, so people can get all the stuff they haven't gotten from the previous years and stuff like that. So it's always going to be a challenge to satisfy, you know, new players, newer players, I guess, or mid-tier players, if you can say it like that. And then, of course, the old players, as I am. I feel like I'm definitely old, that's for sure. Anyways, that's enough yapping. Let's move on to the very first step, which is meeting the, of course, Patrolsly in our cursor hub. So let's jump to that and step number 1. All right, for step number 1, we have to find Patrolsly in the hub. He is marked right over there. We also got the 3 houses back. Of course, that's some old content. Maybe we'll hopefully see a little bit of new stuff, but the only thing you have to do for step number 1 is go up and interact with Patrolsly. We also, of course, got the Sunfest oven, so we gotta have to do some stuff with that probably. But it also, I think it's like properly, I don't know how you're gonna pronounce it, but all you have to do is go up to him and use your interact button. Mine is E. It can be something different on your end, but anything you just do is just interact with him like I do right there. Nothing else basically happens besides that. It just completes the step. So if the step is completed, you're on step number 2, then you have done what is needed. So yeah, that is step number 1. Go to the hub, talk to Patrolsly, and then we are gonna move on to step number 2. All right, for step number 2, we are still in the hub, and now we have to interact with one of these houses. Well, not the houses specifically, but of course the vendors that are in there. You can see there's one there, or one there. It doesn't matter which one you pick, basically, but I would choose one you probably like the most. Usually I like the party animals theme. That one over there, that's the one that's also kind of rocking, as you can see right here. Has a lot of things to do. Actually, the banner here, the banner style is actually from that house. So yeah, that's probably something we could buy in there as well. Maybe I can't buy it because I already have it, but we'll see. But the thing is, you just have to interact one of them. You might as well just take the one you like the most, but again, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't like you don't pick a specific house and get to that one. You can choose whatever you want later on, and you can do all of this for all the houses later on as well. So don't worry, don't feel like you do have to do that one. It's just this step is basically just to show you that there is some house vendors and they all have some stuff. And then, yeah, I think you should actually, instead of just checking out one house vendor, I think you should have checked like all 3 of them. I think that would be a lot better step to do so. But all we have to do is go up to the quartermaster here and press enter right here. As you can see here, this is what it looks like. And I can also show you guys, if you go out here, go into the other vendor, yeah, it looks exactly the same, basically just has some other color themes to it, and the third one as well, as you can see here. So it doesn't really matter which ones you interact with. They of course also have, you know, some benches and stuff like that specifically to the 3 factions, if you can call it like that. You can see here there is some stuff you can craft. Of course, you can see here there's a bunch of it as well, and also one over right here. So there's the basic same thing, but this one has the same thing as well, like you can see there. So there's a bunch of stuff that for every single one of them. And yes, this is for step number 2, and we can now head into step number 3. Alright, so for step number 3, we have to defeat these cake dungeons. We have to do 15 of these, and they look like big cakes. I'm not sure how to say otherwise, but it looks, as you can see right here, like big giant cakes. There's also one over there, and they all kind of look a little bit different. Of course, they have some styles that do go again and again, but all you have to do is do 15 of these. And I did actually test out if they were in the new Longshade and the highest tiers of worlds. They are in there as well. Of course, right now there's Candoria, so that's the one that do have it. But I also went to the Sunling Uplands, which is also, of course, right over here, and that one also had it, the dungeons right there. And it says it's also in Jude. So my guess, or is it that it's most of the places. They are not in the elemental worlds out here. I did check those. There was I couldn't find one. I ran around for like 5 minutes or so looking at dungeons, and yeah, sure, 5 minutes is not too long, but I'm pretty sure they're not in there. Usually they're not. So don't get surprised if they're not in there as well. But my suggestion is that you just run around, do your daily grinding, whatever you're doing, and then you are going to find these dungeons. Just look for them running around. But all you have to do is just do one of these dungeons, and they're just like the pumpkin dungeons that we have, you know, around Halloween, or the Shadow's Eve, if you want to call it like that. Now I have to find out which way I have to go. Go up here, and there is the cake one. And I took a little bit of an easier one because, of course, the worlds that, you know, are the highest ones, that's also where people usually go. So those are also the most laggy ones. So I actually just went to 11. Tier 11 worlds is usually a U8 as the old one was, but now they're tier 11 worlds. And yeah, I just went here because it's easier, and I just want to get this step done, and then so I can get this, of course, out to you guys as fast as possible. So I will run around, do my last 14. I'll see you guys in step number 4, because this was step number 3. So for step number 4, guys, all we have to do is defeat these Pinzobominations. I'm not gonna pronounce the name because it's word pun and I'm just gonna mess it up. But what you have to do is go to Candoria, or just do your cake dungeons as you have doing it before. They are like kind of random monsters in there, and I'm gonna show you right now what they look like. So they look like these guys right here. As you can see, this guy is going to kind of attack me, but what he looks like is, I don't know if it's computers he has as shovels. I just kind of like, or maybe it's briefcases full of money. That might also be the case. But these abominations look like these, and you just go ahead and defeat them. They're all over the place. Oh, sorry, in Candoria, as you can see here. But they're also, again, inside the Candorian cake dungeons that we have all over the place as we did before. So just go ahead and defeat that one. And as you can see right now I'm 2 out of 15. So I would suggest you go to Candoria right here. It is going to be a quite laggy because everybody's going to go here, but it also has the most Candoria, so you can get this done as fast as possible. But I would just, again, just do my regular dungeon farming as I usually do, and then eventually like look for those cake dungeons, have an extra eye for them, and if you just go through it and you see some of these guys, just defeat them there, and before you know it, you are going to be done with step number 4, and we can head into step number 5. Alright, so for step number 5, we have to defeat the abomination leader of Pinzo, and how you are going to do that is going to be back in the hub, and you can enter one of these houses, Again, doesn't matter which one it is. And if you go in here, and you actually scroll down a little bit, you find this Pinzo's right shoe, which is going to be a gate, a delve away. As you see here, it's going to be gone now. If I go into here, it is gone. I should have maybe showed you guys in here as well. That it's, oh, it still is here. Okay, so you can actually buy more of them right here, but you can only buy one. So I think you could buy up to 3 of them if you want to. I thought they were going to be gone for each of them, but if you actually want more of these, you can actually also craft them for the coins that you get from doing this. Some mementos, memories, and some inner geode as well if you want to make more of these. But there is some new collections right here if you didn't know. There's also the new, not the new dragon, sorry, I was about to say it's a new dragon. It's not a new dragon, it's only the old, it's the Wellspring dragon that's only available once a year to get this one as well. So you can see I already have a bunch of coins. If you don't get enough from, you know, the steps here, you can get them also from the cake dungeons as well. And there's also some trophies and stuff like that. And there's some old stuff in here as well. So anyways, all this stuff is here, but the point is we have to go get that one from there if it would allow me to do so. And you can see I buy it right there. And then I'm going to show you guys the delve. Alright guys, we are now inside of the delve, and it's just usually a regular delve. I put it at 115. I don't know if that is supposed to be that low. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm definitely just gonna do it as a normal delve and then go until I, of course, get to the boss. So we'll see you at the boss. Alright, so it says that this is gonna be the last floor of the right shoe here. So let's see, this is the first floor I just did. So let's see if this is, well, this is the Pinzo's right shoe. So I'm not sure if this is gonna complete it. It does, great, alright, amazing. That is going to complete that. That is amazing. I thought we were gonna had to do a bunch more, but that was the first one. I'm not sure if anybody, if that happened to everybody, but if you get that pink text or purple text in the chat, well, then I guess that is going to be it. So that was pretty cool, and it wasn't going to be longer. I thought it had to go on forever and ever and ever, but it hopefully didn't work out like that. So that was step number 5. Now we can head into step number 6. Alright, for step number 6, we have to go to Candoria once again. As you can see, I'm running around here and trying to defeat them if I was in range. And they're just all over the place, as you can see here. It's not the dungeon ones. I'm pretty sure if you go up here, you can see, oh, yes, this one is part of it. As you can see here, I'm pretty sure this is not going to work. No, it didn't work. It has to be the ones that look different, like these kind of new ones. If you're familiar with what they are looking, the old one looks like, the ones that are directly in here, then this is what it's going to be. And now I'm all the way over there, but I'm not. I am actually right here. There we go. And then you just go around and defeat them. Just go defeat everything you can basically see, and that'll, you know, eventually take out whatever you need to do. You only need to do 25. As you can see, I'm already on 10. And of course also these Abomination works with that as well. I'm pretty sure this guy works as well. Yes, he does. Pick up the loot anyway, so I might even end up getting all of them before I'm done talking this one. But yes, this is what it is. Just run around in Candoria. Of course, I did go to this place right here because this is the one that has the most Candoria. You can, of course, also do it in the cake dungeons if you feel like you want to do so. So just do your regular dungeoning as you are going to do, and just do it like that. That would be my guess to do it. But you can do whatever you want. If you just want to get it done pretty quickly, as I want to do right here, so I can move on to the next step, then you can do so as well. See, I'm already at 20. And it would also be a little bit easier if not everybody was doing it at the same time, right? I always hope that the devs would give me like access to the PTS server and kind of have me do it all by myself, if you know what I mean. So I could just like get it done before everybody else, of course, under an NDA or whatever, you know, not spoiling what it was. Of course, but I could do this without all the lag because there would be nobody else. And I could just do it by myself, and yeah, and I could get this, of course, done to you guys in a better fashion. So I actually did do it in this time as well, so you can see how fast it actually is. So yeah, that was step number 7. Now we can head into step number 7. All right, so for step number 7, all we have to do is go ahead and bake an unnecessarily expensive cake. I don't think that sounds very nice. It doesn't have to be so expensive, does it? No, this is of course a play on words. It's not super expensive, but they are in the oven right here. And this is right where it is. You can make the golden one. You can make the Carianson one. I think that's what it's called. This is one is the basically the party animal one, and this is of course this. So there's one for each of them, and then also a golden one as well. I'm gonna go ahead and make this one. I'm pretty sure they are exactly the same. They are, except that they of course are different in that sense, but the cost is the same. So you need 5,000 flux, you need some wild cupcakes. You get of course these off the marketplace, or you get them in Candoria. Then of course you get some chocolate. I'll show you how you're gonna get that. And then of course you do have the Sunfest coins. You should have enough to make one of these. So, but the chocolate is something we are going to need. I think you can even buy it. Yeah, you can actually buy it on the marketplace as well. Pretty expensive actually. I would not recommend you guys doing that, but you need 50 of these because it is pretty simple. You all can go right over here or use your own crafting bench, or if you can say it like that, gardening bench, and you basically go down here under the this one, the enthusiast. Of course, if you don't have your skill that high in gardening, you can go ahead and buy yourself, but this is like 100 skill or something like that, so most people have this. It's not super hard to get, but of course you need some more wild cupcakes, and you also need some glim. But again, yes, wild cupcakes are kind of expensive, but you can get a bunch of them, like I said, again out on the in the, what's it called again, the Candoria. So let's get 50 of these because that's what we need. We're gonna take 50 because that's what we need. Then of course needed to craft all of these, and then I'll show you guys, because this is of course not chocolate. These are chocolate sponges. So if you don't know, if you're not familiar with the sponges, then you basically have to go to Candoria, and here you have to find big chunks of lava pools, if you can say it like that. Is it an enemy? Oh, it is an enemy. Okay, cool. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a big one. It can be anything you want. This is a small one, whatever. But then you basically, what you do is that you have it in your hotbar right here, as you can see, and then you just use it. You can see there. Then I got a chocolate block, as you can see right there. Maybe you can't see it for actually my little face there, but basically just run around, and that's gonna give you chocolate blocks. So just run around. I would suggest you move a little bit. I know you just move slower, but it does have to take a little time to, you know, refill that thing. So if you throw it at the same spot all the time, then it doesn't really register, because it has to flow back in that. Basically like Minecraft, if you have ever played Minecraft, you know, if you have an infinite source. So this is basically infinite sources, but it does have to refill the place that you are going to do. And I also suggest you don't throw it too fast. Not that it has to, you can't throw it fast, but if you take a little bit of just like 1 second in between, or half a second, then you are guaranteed that it's not gonna mess up, because kind of sometimes with lag and stuff like that, it kind of messes up it registering that you actually threw it. So yeah. It's just a good idea to do so as well. So we should have enough. We can go in here, and we can of course just go ahead and check in here. You can see we do have 51 of these, and we actually had 2 of them. So one of them didn't actually register. So probably when I go back to the hub and craft the thing, it actually gonna give me 1 more sponge. What you can do is change world, or just like close down the game and open it up again. It should register it again, because as you can see, it's not there in there. So anyways, I'm gonna jump back to, of course, the hub, and I'll see you guys there. And we're now back in the hub, so we can craft the unnecessarily expensive cake. And again, like I said, I am gonna go for this one because I think it's a decoration. I'm pretty sure that you could put it down. We'll see that after we craft it. So we're gonna go ahead and craft it. That is gonna complete the step. So I'm pretty sure if I go back in here, yes, this is placed in cornerstone. So this is just in decoration. Pretty fun though, but that's why I picked this one, so I could get this one as well. But anyways, that is of course the cake one. That is step number 7. Now we can head into step number 8. All right, for step number 8, we have to feed the malfunctioning Pinzo printer. So we gotta help Pinzo again steal some money. I'm not sure I do feel comfortable about that, but we'll see what happens. So for now, we have to go to the little printer next to Cubesly here. We just have the oven right over here, right? So now we have to go ahead and we're gonna feed it the cake we just made. So hopefully you didn't put it in your cornerstone. If you did, of course you can just laser it, and then you can get it back. So basically you can just get them back. I don't know if they actually, you can actually no, wasn't they tradable? I thought they were tradable before. Yeah, they are tradable, so you can actually maybe also find them on the marketplace as of right there. But for just completing step number 8, what we have to do is you can take this cake, as you can see here. If you made one of the other ones, doesn't matter. I took this one as well, so we're gonna feed it cake. I do mind it eating my cake, but I guess you can't have your, you can't eat your cake and have it. I guess that's the point of it. But what you have to do is just hit the craft button right here. That is going to complete your step number 8. And we can head into, of course, step number 9. All right, so for step number 9, we're gonna repeat a step we already did. We gotta go out and defeat the abominations. You guys saw that before. I think it was in step number 5 or something. I can't remember what the step actually was. But the point is, you go back to Candoria right here, or any of the other ones basically in the circle, and go to a place where there is Candorias, because you are going to defeat more of these abominations. Of course, you can also find them in the cake dungeon. But that's basically it. Step number 9 is pretty simple. I would just again recommend you go here, find your place around. And actually also right here, because it's in, I wouldn't say season, but it's in rotation right here. You can actually go here and get them now. If Candoria is in rotation for the new Long Shade biome, the tier 15 worlds. But I'm just gonna go to Candoria world right here. It's much easier, and I'm gonna defeat 25 of these this time. Before, I think it was 15, this time we have to do 25, so it's gonna be a little bit longer. So of course I'm not gonna show you guys that footage. You guys already saw how you are going to, what they look like, so there's no need to do so. So anyways, that is step number 9, not much more to say. I'll see you guys in step number 10. Alright guys, so for step number 10, all we have to do is do 3 daily quests for the Sunfest, and we are back in the hub. And this is where you are going to pick them up. If I go ahead and actually, let's just remove this one right here. It should show up again. Yeah, see, then now it shows up once again. You just pick these 3 up and you can do them, but you don't have to do, like, you can do this one and this one and this one if you want to, but you can also, if you just only like to do, for example, this one, I'm probably maybe going to only do this one because it give you 100 the Sunfest anniversary coins to get all of these, and this is pretty simple. The cake dungeons also not too bad. 10 of them is not too bad to do them, and if you're farming anyways, then you might get this one as well. But you have to do 3 Sunwell delves, so Sunfest delves, you have to do 3 of them, and I feel like that's a little bit, well, there is a few you can still buy from the guys in the other houses, and the other one wasn't too expensive, but I feel like this one is a little bit hard. You do have 14 days to complete this, so if you do all of these, and also, yeah, you do all of these 3 today, for example, and I am sitting on currently, let me see, let me actually go into here. I'm sitting on 4,000 coins at the moment, or not too much, right? But if you only want to get all the new stuff, for example, from the oven, all these things right here, these 4 new things right here, if you do need this one, it's going to be expensive. But I'm just not talking to the new people. I've had to do a calculation on how much it's going to be for me. So, for example, this one, this one, this one, this one, this is the new stuff that is not, in, as you can see, is not in my collection. Also, these new mementos and stuff like that, I don't have these either. So these are calculated in as well. They're not super expensive. They're not actually pretty not expensive at all. But these ones, these collected in here. Of course, also this one, there is a new sale. There's a new, this one, I think this is new. I do have the poll here, and I'm pretty sure I have the poll for the other ones as well. This one, and of course, I don't have these ones either. So when calculating all of this together, these new stuff here, I came up with 1,600, about 1,660 that you are going to need coins. So if I only do one of these dailies every single day, so I'd only have to do 1 daily a day, then of course I don't have to do that much. But maybe I'll do these 2, but I'm definitely going to do this one every single day, and that's going to give me in 14 days, that's a 1,400 coins. So again, you can either do these and or only do one of them, and then, you know, get those 1,400 coins depending on how many you need. If you need like all the stuff, I would really recommend you doing all the stuff, especially like these 2. Maybe skip this one and kind of just calculate it all together. I don't know what you're gonna need for all of it if you're on, you know, basically ground zero with all this, but it is pretty expensive. The you know, this one is pretty expensive, 500. Not as much as this one is 750. But also if you need all of this down here, as you can see here, this is also pretty pricey. This is also 750. So my guess would be maybe around 2,500 or so. So if you do 2 of them, then if you do these 2 quests every single day, then you are going to get 2,400. But if you want to make sure, yeah, sure. But you do also get some from doing the cake dungeons. So doing these, you're going to get some extras, and you just have to see how it goes. But definitely have to do 3 dailies. And again, this can take you 3 days. It's probably going to take me 3 days to do this one, because I'll just do this one every single day. I'm again going to skip this one because I definitely don't want to do the Dell one, because it seems really pretty boring, to be honest, to do 3 of them. If it was only 1, then I would be down to do it. And also another is that if you do have one of these ones, if you do go into my box right here, and we go right here, these ones you can get from Luxion. These are style stashes, and these unlock different random seasonal event pinatas, Luxion equipment, all sorts of stuff. And these are pretty, they're not super expensive, but they are really nice to have. And as you can see, I have 19 because I actually already have this style that you get from the reward right here. So if you want to just skip the last step, I guess, then yeah, just of course you can just skip that one, but you can just get it with that. But it doesn't really matter too much how you are going to do it. But that does do it for the guide. I hope you guys find it amazing. Happy birthday again for Trove, and happy birthday to everybody, I guess. Good vibes, good summer, all that stuff. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.